We're live.
Hello.
Look who I got with me. God bless you and thank you. Come on in the room. We're at home. This is a little countertop discussion.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we had a countertop discussion. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, he woke me up this morning.
Started me on my way.
He didn't have to do it, but he did. You still say Shondo. Well, how have you been doing?
You know, I've been good. You know, God is good. He is in control. And as long as I learn how to continue to surrender my will to his will and surrender whatever is going to be to him, I'm good.
Absolutely.
I'm good.
Absolutely. Well, it's good to see you. Feel free to share this on your social media platforms. And I'm also sharing this on my YouTube page. I've kind of been encouraged to have my own YouTube page to talk about theology, biblical studies issues in the church, and I just can't get into all that gossip and stuff. You know, it's a lot.
It's too much.
It's too much. So, what do you think about that suggestion from me? You, really, though, for real. I mean, you got a live streaming audience here.
You know, I believe that there is an amazing anointing on your life, and that God has placed great intelligence in you, and that you have a lot to share with the body of Christ. And with all that's going on in the world today, it's going to be refreshing to hear a voice crying in the wilderness, a voice of truth, a voice that's speaking to us so that we know how to make it in this world today. It's not easy anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much that's going on, so many challenges that is going on in the world and in our families and on our workplace and in our money. Sidebar, I just ordered some eggs today. Hurt my feelings.
Well, I'm curious.
How much?
Do you buy them in dozen? Do you buy them in 18s?
Well, these were 18s. And I want to say it was like $8 and some change.
How much are eggs usually? Forgive me for not knowing.
They used to be,
because you usually handle all of that.
Well, they used to be like $2.54 for a dozen. Now we're at about $6.
And we got a bird flu going on,
which means chicken breasts and all that stuff is going to be an issue too, at some point.
Chicken altogether.
If it's not already an issue, but so there's so much that's going on in the world today, and to be able to hear what thus saith the Lord through an anointed vessel is really something that I think that all of us are going to be able to enjoy gleaning from.
Yeah. God is speaking through his word. He is speaking by the Holy Spirit, and he's guiding us according to the scriptures, because I think a lot of people don't understand many of the answers they're looking for are right there in the Bible, being rightly applied, should we say.
Yeah.
So great. I just wanted to ask you about you, and you look so beautiful, though. Look at her looking all long and flowing. Look at us, the hair's going down your face. I like it. I really do like it. I do like it.
Thank you.
So we're in the month of February of 2025, but something happened in the month of February 1988. So let's start with you. I want you to kind of put that story together, because this is particularly about how we met, because this week is our anniversary of meeting each other. Yeah. And some people are like, happy wedding anniversary.
No, that's in May.
That's in May.
Yeah.
And then in May, it'll be 36 years. And, but we will have, this week it's 37 years. Where did time go?
Yeah.
Where did time go?
It's been a nice journey along the way, so I
Yeah.
can't say, seemed like yesterday. No, it's been a long time.
It has been a long
It's
time.
been a long time.
And it's been an extraordinary journey. It's been a wonderful journey. It's been a journey with Jesus, and a journey that I wouldn't want to take without him.
Right.
And that he gave me a great wife.
Oh, bless you.
So let's go back. Let's go back to February. You were an avid basketball fan.
Yeah, I hit a couple of games. No, I didn't hit all of them, but that particular.
Was you seeing anybody on the basketball team? I've never asked you that question.
No.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Thank God.
No.
No, they was cool brothers. I used to cut their hair. They're cool brothers. But I was just, wondering, was you seeing anybody at Tuskegee's basketball? Because you were like
Or football. None of the sports.
Oh, okay.
None of the sports.
Okay.
Not.
All right.
I was a nerd. I was in the School of Engineering. You don't get out very much when you're in the School of Engineering. I was a mechanical engineering major, and we had labs sometimes till 5:00 at night. And so first of all, you didn't worry about how you dressed when you were in the School of Engineering. You were good to have some pajama bottoms and a sweatshirt, and go to class.
And you know what? I didn't even understand that, because I used to look at the women from the College of Engineering, and I was in the College of Arts and Sciences, of course. And I used to be like, I will never date one of them, because y'all had baseball caps on. Sweats, pajama bottoms.
You got to do what you got to do. We were not in this business house. We were not in the business house, and we were not trying to impress. I said business. That's how you said it at Tuskegee, though. We were not in the business house. We were in the School of Engineering, and we had labs sometimes, till 5:00 at night. And then you went straight from lab to the cafeteria, and then sometimes you went right into a study group, because it kicked your butt. Okay, Tuskegee was no joke when it came to school.
College of Engineering. Yeah.
Well, I think the school period, we used to have a running joke. Was like Roach Motel.
They let you in, but you
can't check. No, you gotta say it right. You check in, but you can't check out.
I never realized how much older the students were than me when I arrived. And I was like, dude, you've been here since 1982.
It was no joke.
83. And I was like, whoa.
It was no joke.
And they were still trying to get out.
It was no joke.
But you got to give them an A for effort and for that diligence.
Yes.
But I did say that I would never date a woman from the College of Engineering, because that was during my first week at Tuskegee, but then
we was just trying to make it.
But hold on,
to the next day.
But hold on, but then though, you guys would on the weekend
turn up.
Man, y'all would dress to the nines and look like a totally different woman.
Well, I still tried to keep it a little cute. You know what I mean? I still tried, to the best of my ability.
Oh, it worked.
It worked. I still tried to be cute about it. I had some pretty decent clothes back then. I worked during the summer and put my little clothes on layaway and, get them out in time to go back to school. So, hey, I had a little system going. So I had a little, cute system going on there or whatever. But for the most part, we really weren't emphasizing that.
Okay.
It wasn't about that at all. It was about literally, I've got a chem test tomorrow, or I've got strength of materials test, or I have to go to the lab, the CAD lab, and I have to figure out this drawing before I can whatever. And so it was like just surviving, seriously. Yeah. And I did not graduate Tuskegee. However, I made a major accomplishment by making it to my 4th year. It's a 5-year program. Made it to my 4th year. And then at that point, I got to a math level that I just could not it was overtaking me, So, but kudos to me. I did a great job at Tuskegee and pressed on through. And engineering is my passion. It was my heart, and I enjoyed it. And we had a great time.
My house is a testimony that engineering is still her
Yes,
heart.
it is. I'm
It's her
still
passion. Mechanical
I'm
engineering.
still mechanical engineer at heart. I have my own tools. I have my own tool belt.
And you have your degree. So
I have a degree, but I still. Matter of fact, something was not working upstairs a couple days ago, and so I went and got a couple tools, went upstairs, and I started messing with whatever. I said, "Clink, clink." Aaliyah said, "Oh, thank you, Mom." It's just in me. It's just in me.
And I think that's wonderful. And right across the street from the College of Engineering was the General Chappie James Center.
Loved it. They built it while we were there.
Mm-hmm. I think when I arrived, it was finished.
Yeah, we watched it being built.
Okay. Yeah, by the time I arrived, it was finished. And there was the Tuskegee Moorehouse basketball game.
Yes.
And so I didn't plan to go, but my fraternity brothers at the time were like, "Man, you going to the game?" And I was like, "What game, man?" Tuskegee Moorehouse. I was like, "What's the big deal, about Tuskegee Moorehouse?" It was like, "Yo, check this out. The Spellman Honeys is going to be in the house."
Of course.
So
and we said the Moorehouse brothers is going to be in the house. Okay, so same difference.
Anyway. So I went there with intention to see what this site was. Mm-hmm. But I asked for you to give your story. So let's talk about leading up to the game and then going to the game.
Well, I got a group of girls together, and we decided that
was a Carlotta.
Mm-hmm. And a couple other young ladies. I'm not really remembering their names offhand, but about a bunch of us just piled in my car and drove over to the Chappie James Center, and we went to the game. And we were kind of down in the first section behind where the team sits. Didn't know that BET was filming that night, our game and everything. And so everybody was hyped about that.
I didn't know BET was filming it.
BET was filming that night.
Yes. Stop.
So everybody was really hyped about that. And so,
I'm going to have to go ask for those archives. Because they had to have caught you. Because you was the loudest thing behind the players' bench.
Being the animated person that I am.
Animated? At
being
first, we was
the loud person that I am.
And I realized it was your personality because now it's like, oh, that's histrionics. No, that was you.
That's who I am. Mm-hmm. Even at my grandson's basketball game this past week, I was pretty loud, But anyway. I
have the right to remain silent.
But anyway, so I'm yelling at the team, "Come on, defense, come on, get the ball, come on, yeah, rebound, yeah," and I'm just yelling. I'm standing up and just very animated about what's going on in the game, and I'm really into the game. And just so happened, I don't know why, I just so happened to turn around and look back behind me, and I saw a row of guys, but I saw one guy in particular. And and so then I turned back around. I was single. I was enjoying, hanging out with my girls. We were just having a good old girl time, And so I'm back yelling at the team and everything. And from his standpoint, he was saying to his frat brothers, "Who's this girl down there just being all extra and everything?"
Yeah, she was. We didn't say doing the most. I forgot the term I used. No, I don't think. I was like, no, I said she's bugging. That's what I said. She's bugging. Who's that girl? She tripping. She's doing a lot.
Tripping and bugging, huh?
Yeah, come on, it's in New York.
Okay.
But go ahead.
All right. But anyway, so I turn back around again, and he's looking dead at me, and I'm like, oh boy, oh goodness. So, I'm chit-chatting up with my girls. I'm like, girl, this dude checking me out for real, So, so then I turn around again, and he's like, "Come here." I was like, he was like, "Come here." I think I stepped on all of their feet, trying to hurry up and get through the through the the row, and I went up there and sat next to him, and
all your girls was going, oh, because you was trapped. You was trapped. It was like an evacuation stampede.
Like a stampede trying to get.
Because we were up in the back row. We were rolling. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I like her. I really, really like her. So then you came up, and what I loved about it is there was no shame in your game. You came and sat next to me, and I introduced myself to you. You told me your name, and you actually quieted down as we watched the game together and we talked.
I quieted down.
No, you didn't do all that. Come on, look, I was like, don't you be yelling at no other man when I'm sitting next to you. You know, that's just,
Okay.
So go on. You tell your story.
Yeah, so we were chitter-chattering up and didn't even realize that the buzzer had went off and the game was over. And we were like, oh, because people started getting up and walking or whatever. We didn't know. And so we got up and walked out into the lobby area. And he was like, with his New York Mac on. Yeah, so can I walk you back to your dorm?
Hold on, what did I have on? You got to tell him what I had on that day.
You the one with that kind of memory. I don't.
You don't know what I had on?
You said a purple.
I was fresh, dressed like $1,000,000 to put on my ballet shoes and my fly green socks. No,
I had on black.
I had on black.
Jeans.
I had on black Guess jeans, and I had on a purple shirt.
Yeah,
button down, and it was fly, and I had on black penny loafers with a diamond on. Mm. Yeah, you was checking me out.
I was.
Oh, you was.
I think you were checking me out.
No,
let's set the record.
I'm
straight.
not the one that knocked people over. All I said was come here. That's all I said.
Let's set the record straight.
But you was like a running back trying to get into the end zone.
Once and for all.
You was stiff arming people.
Let's make it clear.
You was like,
let's not even sugarcoat it.
You. How many rows did you come?
You called me.
You were sitting at the front.
But that's okay.
I'm sitting in the back.
All right.
It's a stadium.
Okay.
We're inside of a stadium.
That's okay. You were
and she's sitting in the front.
You were behind me.
You came all the way up a few sections to find me. I'm just making the record straight.
No, we're gonna make it clear. We're gonna make it clear.
And I was checking you out.
Yeah.
And I was checking you out. Yeah, so no, finish your story. No, this is good. I'm just having fun.
So he said, can I walk you back to your dorm?
Yeah, I did a Denzel. No, I did a Billy D style.
Yeah.
I like, you gonna let my arm fall off.
And so I said, well, actually, I drove over here.
I was like,
with my friends.
Oh, I said, oh, word? I was like,
it really wasn't that far from my dorm. I didn't even need to drive.
I don't even know why you drove. How you drove from Nurses Hall to Chappie James?
Yeah.
Maybe y'all was out somewhere.
It didn't make sense.
And then came back.
Or I was planning on doing something else. I don't know, but I drove.
I canceled all plans. Cancel them. But bam! You know I did. Because the girls that rode with you, did they ride back with you? Come on, tell the truth. Show them the price tag, Gina. Show them the price tag.
I said to my girls, do y'all mind?
That ain't what you said. You said, get the stepping.
Did not. I would never do that. I would never. Never, ever, never.
You might as well hang.
No.
You don't leave your girls hanging. You left your girls hanging. You was
now, had it been like, distant, I would have been like, nah, I got to take care of my peoples or whatever. But it was literally walking distance from where we were. And so I was like, do you mind? They were like, girl, no, we got this. You good.
They were cool though. They
extra
were
cool.
They
extra
were
cool. I only hung out with cool people. What you talking about? Yeah, so yeah, they were extra cool about it. And so we got in the car, we drove around to my dorm, which was walking distance.
Literal.
And sat in the parking lot and just talked for hours.
We talked for 3 hours. We talked for 3 hours. It's like literally sat on the hood on the front of the hood of your car. And we talked and talked. We talked about music. We talked about birthdays. We talked about parents. We talked about former relationships. Now that
We
was
found out
interesting.
we found out how much we have in common, and that was, I think, the gelling point. That was the kind of the gelling moment that we found out so many similarities of our lives. We found out that we're both July babies, born in the same year.
Yeah.
We found out that both of our parents got divorced when we were 2 years old.
Yeah.
I was 2 and he was 2. So we found that out. And then his grandmother's name is Von Seal, and my grandmother's name is Lucille. So we were kind of like, wait, hold on.
We were having some moments.
This is like, wait, this is too much. Yeah. This is too much. But anyway, from that, those little gelling moments, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, right, well, this is an encounter. This is something.
Yeah,
there's something here.
Yeah, my thoughts at the time, and I don't know if I've ever told you this before. I might have. But it was the first reasonable conversation that I had with a female at Tuskegee that I really felt like I can open up myself. I opened up to you. Everybody else, it was transactional.
Yeah.
It was very transactional. And I had just come out of a relationship, and you had come out of a relationship, and I came out
enjoying being single.
I think I came out of the relationship like a couple weeks before that, and then I was like, okay. I actually went to Chappie James that night, like I'm going to meet somebody tonight. I'm like, there's too many honeys up in here. I mean, the way we thought back then.
Too many.
It was packed. Female to male ratio. Yeah. I mean, it was honeys to the left, shorties to the right.
That's true.
And then you had all the Moorehouse, we called the house. They were on the other side, and then being in a fraternity too. But I purposely didn't wear my colors that night, because I was like, I don't want to be attracted to anybody because of what fraternity I represent. Because I felt like at that time it was very transactional. Mm-hmm. Whether we visited Talladega College or Alabama State University or Auburn University in Montgomery, or whether we went to University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa, you wear that Greek paraphernalia, you're automatically in. But I was tired of that. I was tired. Whether we were in New York at I've never known you like that. When I first crossed, we went to the Garage and to the Red Parrot and to the Palladium in New York City. You wear the letters. It was just like you were, 06. I mean, it was just that simple. So you had all the ski-wees, the AKAs. Who were kicking it, and then you had all the folks who wanted to be with a fraternity guy. So, having said all that, when I went to that game that night, I said, I'm gonna wear this purple shirt, so everybody knows I'm not a Q, but I don't want to identify for the purpose of the fact that I was determined I'm only going to this game to meet me somebody.
Which is funny because I guess I knew you were alpha based on, I guess, who you were sitting with.
You seen me on the yard, yeah.
No. I had never seen you on the yard, but based on who you were sitting with at the game that night.
I think I was sitting with Kennedy Oates and some others, Alonzo.
Yeah, and I remember the next day, I met my cousin for breakfast. And
Danya.
And I made up a song, and I said, last night, I met alpha man. Last night I met alpha man.
I didn't know this. Hold on. This is T. What?
Who is that? That song?
I don't know.
Anyway, it correlated with a song in the 80s.
Somebody type in the chat room.
I didn't know. I knew you were an alpha somehow, some way.
Hold on. What? I didn't know that.
I guess I knew you were.
Shut up. So what did your girl say? What did Danya say?
She was like, word? Yeah. Okay, girl.
She was cool with me, though.
Yeah. She was like, okay, girl. Then I think I pointed you out. I think we came out of breakfast and you were standing at the Rock. And I was like, there he is.
I knew Deondra. I always felt like she was cool. I didn't like know her personally, but I've seen her because she was dating one of the football players, Mick Swain. I think his name was Mick Swain. Yeah. So then we connected after that night, but we always have to rehearse this annually. So here it comes. Here it comes.
Setting the record straight.
Here it comes.
Setting it straight.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Here it comes. So 3 hours.
The next day.
I'll admit, I was in love. I mean, if love could be at first sight, I was in love. Wow. I went back to my room, and so all of my boys on the third floor of Benjamin Banneker Hall, artist formerly known as Resident C, they were like, "Yo, who was the red bone you was talking to?" I was like, "Man, I just fit. What? You've been with her that long, dude? It's 11:30. It was late when we got back to the room, and they were all talking. I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm gonna marry her." They were like, "No!" It was like a scene out of School Days,
Yeah.
They were like, "No, man, you just married me. Come on. I said, one day I'm gonna marry her. I said, she's different. She's different. So then the next day went by, then another day went by, and then another day went by. See, we're gonna have this argument. See, God sees through windows. And I don't understand why you're doing the Matumbo.
If don't nobody else know the truth, God knows the truth.
What God know the truth about?
God knows.
What God know the truth about?
The very next day.
The very next day, what? Now you got me on. What you all popping to do? What's the pop? What's the pop for?
The very next day.
I cannot.
I had a full day in the engineering building.
You had a full day. We both had a full day.
Full day.
I'm in the political science department. We got
literally
what's your point?
Gone
what is your point?
Till about 5:00 in the afternoon, in the evening, because I had lab the next day. So I get back and my roommate says, "Girl, who is this Wayne Felton? He done come by 3 times.
Ain't nobody came by
and called 3 times and left a note under the door."
So let me explain. Let me explain.
The next day.
May I explain?
The next day.
The
next day.
So about 2 weeks later.
The next
and about
day.
2 weeks later.
The next day.
2-3 weeks later.
On it.
You gonna make up this story that I was chasing you.
The next day. No hesitation.
Oh, come on.
On it.
No. So see what happened was about 2 months later, I was like, let me holler at you.
Okay. I'm gonna scoot over because I'm gonna smite you right there.
Listen, so the very next day, I'm gonna tell the full story.
Okay.
The very next day came and it went. The very next day came and it went. It had to be about 14 days.
Then I was coming upstairs. Matter of fact, that's not true. I hadn't been to lab yet. So I came back to the room. My roommate
I need some
told me
help
that.
in the chat
My roommate
room.
told me that.
I need some help.
So I was like, okay, yes.
Y'all ain't got my back.
I said, yes, this guy I
Y'all
met
gonna
last
let
night
her
at
just
the
say this
basketball
stuff?
game. So then I came upstairs. I was in the lower level of nurses
dormitory. Yeah.
I came upstairs and he's standing in the lobby. I'm on my way to lab.
Do y'all believe that?
I'm on my way to lab and he's standing in the lobby.
Do you believe that?
Waiting on me.
Okay, if I was standing in the lobby, I had
waiting
this picture.
Waiting on me.
And she saw me and melted. And
oh my God.
And she's been in this picture ever since. You melted.
And so he walked me over to the engineering building. And from there, we just started seeing each other every single day from that point.
So it was a light day for me academically the next day. So what happened was, the next day, my classes were scattered. And are you really going to antagonize me like that? So my classes were scattered. And so I walked past her dorm to go where I have to go. So I said, let me just, throw a little note there. No big deal. So I'm going to confess on live YouTube streets. In these live YouTube streets, I'm going to confess. See, what happened was I was scared. Can I tell you why I was scared?
Why was you scared?
Because the next day, the talk was there was people looking to sabotage our connection. I'm not going to name names on these here YouTube streets, but let's say there were some folks who were not happy. One in particular, that I had found somebody else. And there were some others who were friends with others who found that I found somebody else. And I was trying to get to you before they got to you to let you know that I wasn't running game on you, that it was real. Because I had not had a real conversation with anybody that was less than transactional. I'm not talking about like friends, homegirls, pre-law society, political science club, New York club, classmates. That's always real. I'm talking about, opposite sex attraction. I had not had that. So the word was, yo, talk is y'all was out in front of the dorm and Honeys is upset. People were driving by. I was told people were walking by back and forth, said they were so into each other, they wasn't even paying attention to nobody else, which is true. That's absolutely true. If somebody walked past us or somebody came up and gave me the dap during that time, I don't remember. I was locked in because I was like, she's incredible. Aww. It's like, okay, we'll use science terms. I've been in the lab all these years and I finally got a discovery. And I was not about to lose this specimen of woman. Okay. No. Because when you're tall and you're, athletic and you're fraternity and you're pre-law, you could sometimes have this persona that people think that you're all about other stuff. And I wasn't. I just wasn't. And you know that. I wasn't. So I wanted people to back the slap off. And I was like, no, y'all can sabotage any other relationship, but you're not going to sabotage this one. So once we connected and I walked you to the engineering building that day, in my mind, I could breathe. I was like, we cool. But I didn't hound you like that no more. I mean, we saw each other, but it was mutual. Hey, what's your schedule? What's my schedule? Hey, you want to connect? Regular. And it was because we wanted to, and then we went to some, I think we went to the Armory. Didn't we go to the Armory? There was a party at the Armory. Yeah, because we saw your ex.
I want to say it was at the Logan home.
No, we went there too, because that's when we had to leave because of your cousin Deondra.
Stop.
No, she's cool. She wasn't the problem. She wasn't. No, I love
the issues. The issues. Leave the issues.
Okay. We're gonna leave the issues. Yeah. So it was Logan Hall, and it was the Armory.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it was the step show. No, was the step show first? Mm-mm. Okay, then it was the step show. Okay, so then it was.
Maybe it was.
It was the step show first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the step show because your cousin Deondra came. Yeah. And I was just like, she got the coolest cousin this side of heaven. Yeah. I'm like, stick with her. I wasn't
going nowhere without her.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know you.
But you was with the bros. I didn't really know him. But you was with the bros. I was
taking somebody with me.
But it wasn't just me.
It was
some of the bros. It was some of the bros, and we were all trailing each other to Birmingham.
Yep.
So
I'm going to Birmingham. I don't know you. Mm-mm.
So, but you had a shocker when we got to Birmingham.
Taking my girl.
Okay. What was the shocker? We got out of the car. I'm getting ready to go with the bros. I hand you something, and you lose your mind.
Yeah, you handed me your wallet. And you said, hold this for me and use it to get in or whatever you need. I was like, okay. Thank you. So that was like a moment. That was a moment.
Really?
Yeah.
I trusted you.
Obviously.
I trusted you. And then I remember you telling me later that Daniel was like, he gave you his wallet. Yeah, I was like, I trust her. And then because I invited you there, and I was like, I can't leave her hanging. And I didn't want to ask you if you had money, if they were going to cover charge you, because I was trying to bring y'all all in with me.
No,
but you had to go through, the general admission, because we were at some convention center.
Yeah,
in Birmingham.
It was huge. Yeah,
it was a convention center, and I give you my wallet, and so it was funny because some of the bros who were there, they were like, "Man, you really like her, huh?" I said, "Oh yeah." And then when we did the step show that day, it was different for me, because usually when you're stepping, of course, you step in the wind, and you're stepping to represent, you're stepping to win, and you're stepping to impress the honeys. But that third part was gone. It was like, I don't need to impress. I've got one. So then when it was over, I don't remember who was it Danya that took the photo?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Danya takes the photo of you and I at the end of the show. We take the picture, and I was like, that's it. This is the one. And 37 years removed from it. That's it. This is the one. Whew, I learned some things today. So, and I finally told you why.
Yeah, you finally told me why.
It took 37 years for me to tell you, but
it took you 37 years to admit that you was on it the next day.
but you were making me sound like, I was like a dog, panting. Like that wasn't the case.
I just said you were on it. I didn't call you a dog. I didn't say you were, salivating or nothing like that. I just said that you were, we met and talked that day. The next day you was on it. You was like,
but when you say, but when you say he's on it, it's like I'm chasing you. Like,
chasing me.
I was trying to look out for you. I was trying to look out for you. But those Tuskegee days, some of the best days of our life.
And the one thing that I love about the opportunity to be able to go to Tuskegee University, first of all, I didn't know that there was a Tuskegee University when I was in high school. I was in my senior year applying for scholarships, and I had a counselor at North Community High School in North Minneapolis. His name is Fletcher Cooley. And he brings me into his office one day, and he hands me a brochure, and he said, I want you to fill out this application because you're going to Tuskegee. I said, Tuskegee who? I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, it's in Alabama. I said, oh yeah, no, my parents ain't gonna let me go to no Alabama. I don't even know where. I was just like so confused, and he said, just fill out the application. I'll take care of the rest. And whatever he did, he got me into Tuskegee. And it was just a miracle that I was even able to go. But to be on that campus and to experience the richness of the tradition and the history and the prestige of being able to be on a Black historically Black university and college experience, that's something that no one can ever take away from you if you ever have that chance. And so the fact that I was able to do that, I cherish it. When we got there, we learned that students not only built Booker T. Washington's house, but laid the very brick for the roads on the campus. And there's portions of the campus that still have the original bricks that were laid. And so to be able to walk on those and know that our ancestors and the people that have come before us to pave the way for us to even be able to go to college laid these very bricks. I'm sentimental like that. I love that kind of tradition. And so I was just like eating it up, And then I joined the Tuskegee University Golden Voices. Kale to all my members out there. And that was the best.
That was a sticking point for you.
Experience in my entire life. It formed this first soprano voice that you hear. Our choir director, Dr. Roy Hicks, did not take any mess, but he was the best man. You could go to him and ask him for anything, and he would make sure he would do whatever. He would move heaven and earth to try to get it for you if he could, And so just in the relationships that were formed in the choir, it's just, Tuskegee was amazing. Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was an awesome.
Of course, I met my husband.
Well, yeah,
I had one baby while we lived there, so all of that is still part of that Tuskegee experience for me.
Yeah, so it's wonderful to hear your story. I talk all the time. I wanted you to dominate the conversation.
Yeah.
So that when we go off, she won't say that I kept us too long. It's the only reason why I did it. So I won't be blamed for going long, So I won't get the blame.
Yes.
Well, I love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
And it's good to put this story out there. I just figured let's go ahead and put a little video to go along with that photo to give it some context and some life and some.
It was life, all right. It was life.
So many great memories, so many great things. And we thank you for sharing these memories with us. Listen, if you're watching us on YouTube, click subscribe, click like, click share. If you're watching this on Facebook, click subscribe, click like, click share. We're just thankful unto God that you took this time to be with us. Leave your comments there, and we're getting ready to sign off. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, thank you for sharing with us today. Thank you for listening and viewing.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
And you pulled it out of me to give the real story. You pulled it out of me. We mean finally.
The truth always comes forth. The truth always comes forth. Always. Just always.
You all take care and have a great day. Peace.
Bye.